Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Live from the View. We are today doing a special performance or a special program for us because we are at More and More Garden Center located in Bellevue. With us, there's my hand with us today, is Robin Brown. And Robin has been a part of this family out here for many years, probably since the beginning of More and More Garden Center, I would say, close to it.
Open 22 years.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to kind of bring you out there some new exciting things, the additions to the nursery, wanted y'all to know about and see. You may not always think about your garden being art, but it is certainly all about gardens being art in so many ways. You know, talk about a palette that never ends. You can always paint with this, with plants and flowers. So we thought it'd be a good day. Plus, it's start of fall. It's the first week of fall, and we wanted to just kind of get you enthused. And we're coming into the holidays, and we're actually going to talk about the holiday stuff just a little bit today as well. So I'm glad to have you with us. Robin, thank you for being here today, or letting us come to you today.
Well, you come here about every week, so it's no big deal for me.
Well, yeah, Johnny and I have shopped here for, well, we've lived here for going on 23 years.
Well, that's about when we opened.
Yeah.
3 years ago, we came out, me and the original owner, Paul Moore, came and opened it. And then Duncan Borders, his nephew, now owns it. He's been here since the beginning, too.
That's great.
Yeah. So.
And Miss Moore was here all the time.
Miss Moore and Mr. Moore for a while. Duncan's the last of the family that's working here, at least till his boys get big enough to pick up a hose of water anyway. So I'm sure they'll be here some.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll get them there.
Yeah.
So let's kind of talk about the nursery a little bit. What's going on?
Well, right now, you know, fall's in full swing. We have locally grown pumpkins that are absolutely stunning this year. We had enough rain that they are beautiful.
Wow, they are that.
And every color of the rainbow. A yellow one that I've never even seen before, which I assume we'll walk around and look at.
Yeah, we will walk over there because those yellow ones are amazing.
So we're going to I'm going to talk a little bit, and I'm going to turn you over to people who actually do all the creativeness of the store.
Yeah.
And then we'll give you some good ideas on how to transition from fall to winter, which we have beautiful winter stuff too. So
cool.
But I think the art part is our mosaic, and we just finished that, or they finished that, and the background on that is that we buy in semi-loads full of pottery, which you guys need to see a pottery. And we opened the back of the semi, and a pallet had fallen over and broken most of it on there. At least it was cracked to where we couldn't sell it. So we got credit on it, and I was like, oh, what can we do with it? And we had a big blank brick block wall. And I said, what if we do a mosaic? And then my talented staff created it, did it, figured it out, and did a beautiful job on it. So,
well, you know, I've worked in mosaics for a long time. So when I saw the photos, saw the photos, I just fell over. I was amazed at how beautiful this is.
I'll let them tell you about all the ins and outs of it because it wasn't always easy. But it turned out really pretty.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. So I've got a really talented staff here.
You do that?
In all regards, in art and plants and just people.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
So
I would say this is probably one of the most beautiful places in all of the west side of Nashville, at least, if not all over Nashville. I love.
You know, you're only as good as you look. So that's what I am. So that's the motto. You're only as good as you look, and you're only as good as the people around you. So it works out well here.
Well, you've done well.
Yeah.
You've done well.
So you want to go to the mosaic?
Sure, let's do that.
That's really the art part.
Yep.
I mean, that's all art, but this is the art.
And folks, we're live and they're open, so you may see customers walking around with us or talking with us. We may bring them into the show. You never know what might happen around here. But yep,
it's hopping around here today. This is kind of the no man's land, which is kind of our work area, but it still is a big, ugly brick wall, and they changed it into this stunning mosaic. And it took a while, and I'll let y'all talk about that. Now, if we can just get it all gardened in front of and put some moss down and get it anchored in with some beauty, It'll be perfect.
We'll kind of walk down it as we're talking as well
Yeah.
today, so you can kind of get a good idea of how it all looks. It's absolutely, it's the coolest. It's just beautiful.
And you're going to have to come out and see it because you're not going to believe what you can find what they designed. You know, I'm not even going to tell you because you need to come by and see it.
There's that. So introduce who we got with us today.
This is Summer and Michaela.
Hey, Summer. Hey, Michaela.
And they did all of it. They're creative geniuses. They worked through the problems. I did very little other than say, let's look at this or look at that, but they created it on their own. So I'll let them talk about.
Well, Robin, you're an artist in your own right as well, so you know.
Of course I am.
You know how to direct these kind of things.
My husband says I'm the idea person, at least, and I'm full of them. So
There you go.
I'm going to turn this over to him.
Sure. Go for it, Michaela and Summer. Glad to have you with us. Thank you.
Hello, this is Summer. Hi.
We're so glad to have you with us.
We do what Mama says, and that's Robin. But I mean, it was a hideous wall. It was just this big.
Well, I'm going to turn around and put
block.
the mosaic behind,
Yeah, I mean,
so
it
that
was
people
just,
can still keep seeing
I mean,
that.
I don't know how many feet it is, but it's at least 30 feet of just concrete bricko block. And Robin said, "Do this," and we said, "Aye, aye, Captain." So, I mean, Summer and I, we just met when I started working here, but we're very similar people. And so we had similar interests, and we both kind of had the same idea of what we wanted up here.
Sure.
And of course, you know, we got input from other staff members, like, what do you think should be here? And we wanted to tie in the creek that flows, you know, freely in front of it. And so we wanted it to kind of be like an aquatic mosaic in parts, or even just big design flowers, big detail stuff. But I mean, I pretty much started from this side, and Summer started from that side.
Did you really?
We literally just like met in the middle.
Yeah.
And we're glad it flows together for sure. But
I feel like we didn't even communicate on the design.
we really didn't. Yeah, like
You didn't sketch it out or draw it out, or
we drew it with Sharpie on a wet concrete wall. And we just met in the middle, and we said, okay, like, so Megan had already sealed the wall to keep moisture from coming out while we were working on it. And there were no problems with that, but we did the sketch. We really liked the sketch. And so we said, okay, it's time to start putting the pieces on. And that was a major challenge because we've never done a mosaic before. This is our first attempt.
Yeah.
And we actually had a table here. It was like a workstation. And pretty much all the staff, when they had downtime, they would just hammer pottery into just little bits that we needed, or paint the pottery the certain color we needed. And we tried a few different kinds of caulk, but we ended up finding that, honestly, the cheapest caulk from Home Depot was the best.
I could have told you.
It was the best. And so we did that. And actually, the white worked better than the clear, we found. The white was more tacky than the clear.
Yeah.
The clear was kind of gooey, and the pottery was too heavy and
Yeah, it'll slip
on the wall. And we actually used the clear over in that area, and I had to end up redoing parts and pieces. And but we started caulking the pieces up. I started from this end. Summer started from about the hosta, maybe the hosta that's over by the bamboo and the fish. She worked her way in. I worked my way in. Once we got to the logo, we did our More and More Cultivating Lifestyles logo, just piece by piece. We just caulked every little piece and just stuck it up there.
Wow. That's cool.
So this was, every single individual piece was definitely thought out.
You kind of want to walk down the wall and point out some elements of it to me? I'd love that.
Yeah, so we caulked them on individually, and you know, by the time we got here, we kind of had our sea legs, and so she started trying with like more detailed mosaic stuff, where she did the cone flower, and she did the salvia and the bumblebee, and somebody had broken a mirror somewhere. I don't know if it was at their house or here upstairs, but we were like, you know, we really need to use these mirror pieces, and we decided to use it as insect wings, and that turned out really, really
so
well.
cool.
Summer did.
Yes.
It's a big sunflower, and of course there's little cat, our little kitty cat. But we just kind of wanted it to be one cohesive piece. We didn't want it to look like a bunch of different elements that didn't belong together. So We tried to make it one cohesive Creekside aquatic city. And then
That's
we
a good choice of words.
with grout. We actually tried this we tried on this very far end, and you can actually tell that it's really dirty. We tried to just slap on the concrete and then place the pieces, and then hopefully it was terrible. So what we came up with, we took Ziploc bags and cut the tip off, and we put our Quikrete in there, our thin set, and we piped every individual area like a cake so that it would have that black grout to make it stand out. And that really pulled everything together, we thought.
Yeah, very nicely.
It really needed it.
Very innovative, very thoughtful.
Yep, and you can thank Wendy Perry for that. She actually, that was her beast that she tackled. She said, y'all should use a Ziploc bag and pipe it like a cake. And we said, okay, yes, ma'am.
I would have never come up with that one.
I wouldn't have either.
But Sherry Warner Hunter, who I don't know if you know Sherry, is one of the premier mosaic artists in Nashville, of Tennessee. She did all the mosaics at the airport.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Dragon Park.
Yeah.
You know, and you're right.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Dragon
So I got to work with Sherry a number of years ago on a big mosaic installation for the Oasis Center, and
Nice.
she would be very proud of this. She would really, really love this.
So I've looked at this 1,000 times, and I just now I'm seeing in the center of that pasta with the pink on it. What is that? Where did you guys get that from?
Megan brought it. I think it was a snowflake at one point, and we painted it pink.
So y'all have to come out, because now I've been here for months looking at it and didn't see that. So there's one.
I love the ladybug.
And they did. We did have to work through the kinks, but I'm hoping it's here to stay.
At one point, it looked like Tent City out here. We had built a lean-to because of how much rain we were getting while trying to grout. And it was up for about a week, and it stayed up. But I mean, we just got inches and inches of
I
rain.
hope y'all took pictures of this whole thing as y'all were doing it.
Summer was covered in mud constantly. She's a messy.
Yes. I'm just a messy person to begin with, and then just put me in this, and then yeah,
It's like
The
she,
perfect storm.
pretty
yeah.
much like she wallered in the creek.
She literally looked
Well,
like
you
Esme
kind of did.
rolling in the mud.
They really did. They were barefoot trying to do
Yeah.
everything.
And in the meantime, there's broken pottery everywhere, and we're barefoot, and we're
Don't tell Oprah that, okay?
okay.
Yeah,
We
no,
made it happen. We were
Yeah, and they did such an awesome job.
it's just magnificent. The heart. I love this little heart.
All the, that's one of her old,
It does have some black.
yeah.
It's like an old votive or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it was just cool getting to work with another artist, because I've never done that. I've always just done my own thing, and Summer's always done her own thing. And so it was just cool to kind of get to collab and kind of work through keeps together, because I couldn't have done it by myself, and she couldn't have done it by herself. So
I think we worked really well together.
it was quite a
I would
feat.
say it was quite success.
Yeah.
Very successful.
Now that I know that, there'll be more projects.
Oh
no!
Mother,
We're working on.
mother returns.
This is my 2 weeks notice.
So from this point, we move on to Santa's stuff and for Christmas. And just so people know, we do a big Christmas, totally interior design Christmas inside. And then outside, because of what's going on and people with their children wanting pictures, we're going to set up a giant gingerbread house. And then we'll have other little vignettes. We have a sleigh. We have a lot of different little vignettes we're going to set up so you can bring your kids out and get your pictures for them to put on your Christmas cards and stuff if you like. So we'll be announcing that on our Facebook page if you guys want to look up there. And we're excited about that. Excited and scared because, again, we just came up with the idea. Now we have to make it happen.
No, none of us have ever done this before. So
No.
we're all, when they say we're all in this together, we really are.
And Maya and I get to say, let's make a gingerbread house, and then they do it. So it works out pretty good for me.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's what they're working on now. We're starting that. We don't know about Santa.
Good for the microphone. I forgot about that.
For those of you that are asking, asking about Santa, normally it comes the Saturday after Thanksgiving. We just don't know yet with COVID whether we're going to be able to do that or not. We'll just have to make that decision closer to game time.
Sure.
So Anyway, you want to walk around, see some?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Um, we'll go up through we do custom potting here. You can bring the pots in and we can do it for you, or you can come in and look at what we've done. We don't buy in pre-done here because the staff is so talented that they do much better job on all that.
Sure.
And right now we're working on ones that'll transition through the winter time, and we'll go up the ramp and you can see a few of those now. We do have some fall things in them, but we'll eventually pull the things out after we get a good frost and replace them. But these are entry pots, and you can see how gorgeous they are. Right
Wow.
now. All the fall color happening.
Mm-hmm. Those
a lot
copper colored coleus
the
are
coleus are
gorgeous.
for fall. Now, some of this, after the first frost, will get bit, and we'll have to replace it. But a lot of the items in these pots are evergreen. So I'm going to eventually, Megan's going to talk a little bit about what we have in for pots.
Of course, I'm asking for myself, how tolerant are the coleuses to cold? How cold will they go?
Well, they won't take a hard frost at all. That because they're a watery plant, so they'll just kind of mush down. So we have lots of things that you can put in to replace those. So you might as well enjoy them now till we get that.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
They're just gorgeous. Same with the pepper plant.
I bought a ton of coleuses this year from you guys, and I have enjoyed them so much all summer.
Oh, they're just fabulous. But this is evergreen, this is evergreen, and this is evergreen. So really, and this. So really, once you get a good hard freeze or frost and these get bit back, we've got other plants to replace them with.
See, I told you folks, this is art. This is what art looks like.
It is art. It truly
Sure
is.
is.
I mean, it's kind of like, and so is flower arranging. I mean, it all is about balance and color. And texture
Mm-hmm.
and height and
Compliments.
yeah. So I mean, we have tons of stuff for you to do right now. Megan's going to take y'all through there. And then if you don't want something fancy, big old mums. I mean, we have beautiful big mums.
Galore.
A lot of them are from local growers. Some of them are not. We try to buy locally when we can.
Sure.
And
in case you're not catching it, there's these really cool ornamental peppers also in these pots, which are beautiful. Look at those colors. Just amazing. Do a painting like that.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm going to let Megan Grimaldi, she assists in buying a lot of that.
Hey, Megan, thank you for doing this with us today.
Absolutely, happy to.
She is my right arm, and she knows everything that's out here. Maybe more than I do.
And if some of you joined us a few weeks ago when we did the interviews with Peter Grimaldi at Cheekwood, Megan is Peter's wife, and so I'm trying to help y'all kind of connect all these little dots for Bellevue.
That's right.
Yeah.
These school people that are talented.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Everywhere, just hidden in all these little nooks and crannies. You kind of have to find them and search them out.
Yeah. We've got a lot of really talented people.
Awesome. Megan, let's go to it.
Okay.
Where would you like to start?
Well, let's start with some of our fall decor and pumpkins.
Okay.
Just like a lot of our mums and flowers, we try to buy the pumpkins locally grown. So those come from Bellevue. The pumpkins are grown here in the area. And we have got some of the coolest pumpkins I've ever seen. We got in beautiful jack-o'-lanterns, but I want to take a quick walk down here first because we got in these yellow.
Y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? This is amazing.
I've never seen a yellow
at this.
jack-o'-lantern, and I couldn't love them more.
Aren't they awesome? Absolutely beautiful.
You know, it's for the person that wants the traditional, but just needs something a little different.
That would be about all of us, I think, probably, right? So cool.
So down here, we've got all these great different mixed gourds. We like to stack them, and I know you guys like to stack them on your front porches, so we've already done some arranging of those so that you can see what works together, what will sit on each other. But y'all are more than welcome to mix it up and choose your own colors and just have fun with that. And I really like, we just got in these last week. These really warty green guys.
Oh, wow.
They just look so fun.
They are fun.
And then
That's considered a gourd?
it is. Yeah, a lot of these are gourds. I think they're all technically gourds or squash, and then it breaks down into whether it's like a pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, that sort of thing.
I learned something new right there, right then.
Those look like Halloween.
Yeah.
They do, don't they? Bumpy, grumpy.
There's one over there that's just got, looks like a turkey Halloween pumpkin. It's got big black warts on it, a big black
Oh my gosh.
stem.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then another favorite of mine this year has been the peanut pumpkin.
Oh, wow.
It looks like little peanuts are all over that
It
pumpkin.
does. Where did those come from?
Well, they're grown locally. All of these are grown in the area from right here in Bellevue.
That's so cool. Look at these beautiful pumpkins. I'll come down and look at this one. Look at him. How fun is that? How fun is that? Look at this beautiful gourd. Oh. Tell me more about this one.
So I don't know about that variety, but last year they were the first to sell out, and they were one of the longest lasting, our customers told us, on their porches. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
a good testament for them.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, if you do your stack of pumpkins, it's really neat to just lean it up against it, lay it nearby. Just have it out there with some added texture, and that gray-green color is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So then we were talking about the fall containers a moment ago. If y'all have been in or have met me before, you know that everything's my favorite. And one of my favorite things in the fall is to do arrangements with these little miniature conifers and dwarf plants. I just love creating tabletop arrangements out of these guys. And they could be used as bonsai plants. They could be used in a larger container arrangement with other things. They're just fantastic to plug in for some evergreen color. So we really like using those. And we've made some arrangements.
I saw these last week, and Johnny, I thought was going to rip one out and take it home with him.
Everything's for sale except the cat.
Yeah.
So we can make it happen.
Look at these. They're so fascinating.
Yeah. So that one was made to be more formal and, you know, very clean lines. But then we've got some.
Telling you, we're live, folks. We're going at it out here. We are busy.
We have more that some of these are just like little tiny landscapes in a box. And you can just have fun and play with them. You know, we've done kind of like singular colors in a box together, but I like mixing them up. I love to use the yellows with the blues. I think it's so pretty, and especially this one
Mm-hmm.
already has some of that blue-green on the edge. So it lends itself to being with a blue-green other little thing.
And again, it's just like textures and colors make all the difference.
They do.
To mix all
And what
the
are these?
That's a little Catoniaster that's made on a standard. And those blew out. We didn't know if they'd sell, and of course, that's what everybody wants because we don't have any left. I'll try to get some more, but they're a Catoniaster, so they vary.
Catoniaster.
Yeah, Catoniaster. Cotton Easter, some people pronounce it Cotton Easter. But and all of these, or most of these, eventually when they outgrow their box, you can do them in a bigger one, or you can put them in the garden because they're actually, you know, regular size. A lot of them regular size plants. They're just babies.
Right.
They're just little babies.
Gotcha. That's fascinating. I love these great big pumpkins. They're beautiful. Nice.
So then on this part over here, I set up a quick example of how we'll change out some of those fall pots that we've got outside. We'll take out whatever annual thing, summer color we've got in there. And just as
More of those
quickly
ornamental peppers.
as adding a fern, a coral bell, a few pansies. And then evergreen, you're ready for winter.
Yeah. Just like that.
Ta-da!
Magic.
And-
Done.
and that's true. Yeah, I mean, your summer pots, they don't have to go entirely away. You know, you can keep some of the items in there. And I love using perennials and containers. I've got a whole bunch of containers with hostas in them, and then I'll just pop violas in there when the hostas die back, and then I don't have to worry about them. And I'll put in a little evergreen to go with the violas, and have a whole new landscape when it's starting in the spring.
So clever. Just so clever.
We carry a lot. This time of year, we're carrying a lot of perennials. Everything on this table and this table are all evergreens. So you can add all of that to your pots for winter, and you'll have color all winter. And then in the spring, when you're ready to redo your pots, you'll be able to move those into the garden. So you're not wasting your money on just things that won't survive. Plus, it's so gray. It's nice to have pops of color out in the garden during the winter.
Amen.
So,
I'll steal a little saying from Peter. He uses the fall containers and winter containers to add to their permanent collection, and that's what we do at home too. We buy the cool evergreens that we want, and the weeping stuff, and all the little weird things that we wouldn't normally buy ourselves, and we have them in our winter containers, and then we move them out into the permanent collection out in the yard.
Voila. How cool. Yes. Amazing. So see, out here at More and More, it's also an educational experience along with everything else. It's always an education out here at More and More. Always learn something.
gardening is
Every
always
time.
an education. We just found out all the name changes of all the plants that, like, everybody thinks rosemary's rosemary. Well, no more. It's salvia. So we have to keep up with all. So it's always a learning experience in gardening.
Rosemary's not rosemary
No, it's
anymore.
not
It's salvia. Are you kidding me?
What is the
Who came up with that one?
closely related to salvia.
Yeah, DNA. They do it by DNA now, and it's getting more crazy as it goes.
Yeah.
So there's always something to learn, and even if you've been here 22 years, so I mean, it's always something to learn.
Well, I don't want to call my rosemary salvia.
Well, we're not going to here. So when you come in asking for rosemary, ask for rosemary, because we won't be calling it salvia, at least anytime soon.
Yeah, that's just for the scientists
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
That's for Peter. We'll leave that to Peter's world.
Peter and us just hands-on gardeners are going to call it rosemary. It's rosemary.
Yes.
So yeah. So yeah.
Well, I have a deck full of rosemary this year.
You've got a deck full of
So
salvia.
Yeah.
You got-
And I planted some salvia that I bought from here
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
I got both.
Why don't you show them all that beautiful concrete we got in this week?
Oh,
and
yeah.
the
Yeah,
little
yeah, let's do
evergreens
that.
we've got.
Yeah.
And I'll let y'all go. So, and I'll go wait on some customers.
I'll come back.
so
And,
she
yeah,
can-
okay. We'll be back to meet up with
Okay.
you. Okay. Let's head out.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow you.
Okay. So we did just get in a large set of concrete planters and statuary items. And let's walk around this way. This
Oh,
over the moon. She
how sweet is
We get her
that?
every year, and she goes quickly because she is just so cute. So
She
we
is
actually got
so
two of those
cute.
this year. So come in and get them if you want them, because
Wow.
they never stay long.
Wow.
And then we've got a wide variety of angels and saints and animals. These large bowls are really beautiful. We've got so many bird baths, a lot of different styles. of
That
bird
is
baths
beautiful.
this year.
Yeah, those are really
So
stunning.
our favorite here is the sunflower. I like this one myself because it's got kind of a raised center, so it gives
Yeah.
somewhere for the birds to sit while
Absolutely.
they're getting their little bath, or even bees.
I love the,
Like going to bird baths so that they can get their water too.
well, there's that, right? I love the
Gotta
stand.
save the bees.
Look at this little heart.
That one's really sweet.
How sweet.
And this one for us this year is new. This little dog. That one's called Belly Rubs.
Wow.
So lots of
Look
variety.
at those. Stunning. Love that with the iris on it, on the legs and on the stand.
Yeah, some of them have more of a simple design, and then there are more decorated ones too. So
Yeah.
that's nice. So we found all different styles
I
to
like
match
the
your
square. That's very
personality.
modern and contemporary, isn't
Yeah,
it? Very
I do like
cool.
that one.
Nice.
And then we've got all these nice little 1 gallon evergreens, and these are great for those containers that we were talking about making for the fall and winter.
Mm-hmm.
You can really add some texture and color with these. Like this little Goshiki osmanthus, new growth comes out pink and then turns white and then goes to a real mottled green.
Oh, wow.
So that gives you a lot of color. And when you plant that in the future, that can go in part shade or sun.
Okay.
I've seen it really in both locations and does fine.
Gotcha.
Really good sturdy plant. A lot of these are conifers, so that's like instant texture for your fall containers. And then you can use some of your bigger leafy coral bells and things. And the fun part about fall containers that I really like in winter, I keep saying fall, but it's really winter containers, is that the sun intensity is so much different than it is in the summer. So we don't have to really worry as much about sun or shade exposure. We can put sun and shade things in the same container, like an arborvitae with a fern, because the sun intensity is not there really. So they can all go together and be happy for the winter. And then we just need to separate them for the spring and summer to give them really the conditions that they want then.
Gotcha. Yep.
So you get
Makes sense.
like even more texture play than you would in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yep. So we've got a lot of the cone-shaped conifers too. So those are perfect for lighting. If you have those by your front door, you can put some holiday lights on them or stick some little berry twigs in them to add color for the holidays.
Well, sure you could.
Yeah.
Nice.
So lots of fun things here to do at Moore.
Let's do the cocoa hut.
Oh yeah.
I've always been a big fan of the cocoa hut because it's ever changing, ever evolving.
Yeah.
Here's the cocoa hut.
So this year we've done it a little more simply. We're gonna do some like landscaping in here and create a faux landscape in a few weeks and put in some tall evergreens and really show you how to use a space like this around the foundation of a house. But for now we've got some green pottery and these beautiful metal flowers.
These
If
are
you're
just
looking for a
magnificent.
gift, this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You can continue letting them rust, or you could put just a quick clear coat on them and keep them this stage of rust for as long as you'd like, you know. I've actually got one of these for my mom, so hopefully I'll get to see her one of these days and give it to her.
That's great. And the window boxes are beautiful this year.
Yes, we are so lucky to have Lily with us now. She moved up here from Atlanta, and where she was working for a large landscape design company and doing all of their neighborhood entrances and things like that. And now she's here with us, and she's just got some of the best color combinations that I've ever seen.
Art, pure art with a black-eyed Susan. I call them blackeyed Susans. Are they? I'm not sure.
No, it's actually a dwarf sunflower.
Oh, really?
It's called brown-eyed girl. That was something that Monrovia has been promoting, and they're one of our growers. They are a national grower, but those were just blooming their heads off all summer and fall. So we decided to put some out here in the flower boxes.
Again with that copper coleuses.
The color gets so intense when the night temperatures drop. Even on roses, I've noticed that the color just always becomes more intense as the night temperatures start to
They're not struggling like they are when it's 100 degrees.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I finally get to rest at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would call in my old days, would have called that Dusty Miller. I don't know what they call this variety.
A lot of people are still calling this the Dusty Miller. This is a type of Artemisia. So if you're familiar with like Powys Castle, that you would have like the real lacy foliage in your sun perennial garden. This is related to that, but this is going to be trailing. This one's called Sea Salt. We've used it here in window boxes. At home, I've put some in the ground, and it's become a great ground cover.
Oh, really?
Right out about probably 2.5 to 3 feet.
Oh, wow.
And it's been in the ground 2 years now, and it's doing fantastic. So I might have to pick up more of that this year.
Yep, that'd be like the new elephant's ear.
Yeah.
Lamb's ear, not elephant's ear. Lamb's ear. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Y'all can tell I'm just like the most well-versed gardener in the world. Love it, and my mother really did. So this is awesome. This is awesome.
And then back here, we've still got.
Now here's where I hang out.
Herbs and vegetables.
This is my part of the garden center. I just refueled last week and got a whole bunch of new ones to
Oh,
put
did
into my
you?
stuff. Yep.
Good. Yeah, we've still got some vegetable starts and still a really good selection of herbs. And we just got in some strawberries that you could go ahead and plant now to get ready for next spring's crop.
There you go. Always got to be thinking ahead.
Definitely. Yeah, I usually am planting for next season rather than at the moment.
Sure. Still got some lettuces.
Yeah. Lettuces, carrots. We got some bok choy. The bok choy looks great.
Oh wow, it does. It's beautiful. Very fascinating. I'm gonna do a spin around so y'all can see the garden center from here. Look how beautiful it is. Absolutely stunning. Let's walk back and see the butterfly, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. Now, what are those? The white ones?
Those are hydrangeas.
They are hydrangeas.
Forms. Yes. So they've been pruned up on a trunk to just be almost like a ball-shaped topiary of hydrangea blooms.
Aren't they cool?
They're so easy to care for too. Like if you need a small ornamental tree, that's ideal, especially in full sun or partial sun. It's very simple care. You just trim it back right after it gets done blooming. So these are still blooming really well. I'd say wait another month or so to trim them back. And then you just shape them up and let them go dormant for the winter. And next year you have another huge prolific bloom. And it's like just a cotton puff in your front yard. It's beautiful.
Wow. How big would they get, Megan?
So these are the limelight variety, which ultimately gets about 6 to 8 feet tall
Okay.
and wide. But managing them this size, most people keep them around 6 to 7 feet tall, and then the ball about 3 to 4 feet wide.
Okay.
The blooms do get a little heavy, so you do want to keep the ball shape kind of tight.
Somewhat
to help with
compact.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a garden term, y'all. Compact. I said it right.
Mm-hmm.
I may have used that in the right context. I don't know. Oh, this is so cool.
So last year, Wendy worked on painting this butterfly mural for us. And we have absolutely loved it. We had a contest with it actually to give away a bench if you
Oh.
came out and took a selfie. And we'll be doing another contest shortly to give away a black painted bench. So check us out and watch for that on Instagram and Facebook.
That is so nice. Who did the artwork on this?
Wendy did this one for us.
Okay.
She's fantastic, and she tried to make the flowers as realistic as possible.
She did a good job.
Yeah, she did.
That's beautiful. So now, tell me about the contest again.
So during the summer, we had a contest where if you came out and took a selfie and posted it and tagged us in it, or tagged us on the photo, we would enter you to win a white painted bench.
Oh.
And we're going to be doing another contest. I don't know if we'll do the same style of contest, but we'll be doing another contest soon where we give away a black bench.
Gotcha.
And we'll show a picture of that before,
Neato.
as we announce the contest.
That's just beautiful. I'm gonna get a little bit of a close up to see what these flowers really look like. Looks like some toe painting. Toe painting, yeah. It's just beautiful. So cool. Love it.
Thank you. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that.
Cool. Okay, where do you want to go next?
So let's go up into the sun perennials and we'll see some of the pansies that we've got.
Oh yeah, the pansies all come in this week. I did a few last week, but I got to get more.
Oh, real quick. let's
These are
stop here.
gorgeous.
So all of this whole row of hydrangeas is that limelight style or type of hydrangea. So they're more sun loving. And this one just in front of us with the white and really intense pink
Yes.
flower, that is a new one called, let me get it right. It's called Berry White. And that's a new variety for us, but that's going to get 6 to 7 feet tall and about 4 to 5 feet wide. And that color that it's getting and developing is just so incredible. They're all falling in love with that one.
Yeah. Look at that big one over there.
Mhm.
So is this the soil type as much as the blues are?
No, really the blues and pinks are the ones that are sensitive to changing based on what the pH of the soil is. The whites, the limelights and the Annabelles and oak leaves, they usually just come out white or lime, and then they'll turn pink or green based on whatever variety they are. They don't really change based on the soil pH.
Yeah. See? Again, amazed that I even knew that. I'm a hydrangea fan. I do love them.
Oh, I mean, we're in the South. Who doesn't?
There's the cocoa hut.
The last few years, I've really fallen in love with some of the ornamental grasses.
Mm-hmm.
All of their seed heads and just the movement that they add to the garden is really spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started seeing goldfinch sitting on mine and picking the seeds out.
Oh.
Even just that added wildlife benefit's been pretty nice.
Uh-huh.
And then some of them get really nice colors, like this standing ovation bluestem. That's got a really pretty blue color throughout the season, and now that the night temperatures are starting to drop, it's going to turn burgundy.
Mm.
So I love that one too.
Mm-hmm.
And then pink muley grass is always a favorite in this area. That pinkish purple plume on there really shows up nicely in the landscape and adds a lot of drama.
Don't think I've ever seen it before.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
There's some planted like at one of the shopping centers down the street, and whenever they start blooming, people just rush in. I've got to have it. We're like, we know exactly what it is.
Beautiful. And then, ta-da!
Pansies.
It's pansy time, folks.
Yes.
And they have the pansies. Oh, look at all those.
Yeah, the coneflowers.
All the coneflowers. Look at all the pansies. Every color that you can possibly imagine.
And some you don't imagine.
Those beautiful things. Sweet, sweet, sweet,
And the
sweet,
more
sweet.
breeding they do, the more intensity of the color too.
Mm.
So you can get some really deep blues and purples, and it's beautiful what they're doing with the pansies. And you know, the flowers are edible. These are ones that you can sugar and preserve for like topping a cake or a pie. I think I've even seen them used in ice cubes, which is kind of fun.
Oh, that is fun.
Just to dress up a drink.
Don't make me. Give me a flat. I'm going home now. It is happy hour.
Yes, we are getting that. But like some of these little picotee flowers they're so pretty.
They're beautiful. So all pansies are edible or just certain varieties?
I believe all pansy flowers and especially the violas, the smaller pansies, they're really the ones that are used more for candying because they're just smaller, more delicate. It's easier to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which ones are the violas?
The violas are the little
little ones.
flowers.
Gotcha.
They're on the other side of the table.
Those
Yeah.
little pumpkins over there.
Yep.
Beautiful. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And I'm telling you, everyone, more and more carries the most beautiful selection of pansies ever. Every year, you can always count on this gang to have the best pansies.
Oh, thank
And
you.
they're the best stock as well. I mean, they last and they last and they last. Look who's joined us back again.
I've been waiting on customers.
Yeah.
Come on in. No, really, seriously, come on in. Pansies are flying out the door right now.
Yep. So if you want some, look at this. There goes a whole cart right now on its way to someone's patio. And there's another cart going out. So folks, telling you, if you want the pansies, get out here. Get out here this weekend.
Oh, don't worry. I've got probably 270 more flats coming midweek next week.
270 more flats.
270. And we'll hope that'll get us through the week. I don't know. That will, but we never know around here.
That's.
Did you guys walk all the way to the back to the?
We got to the butterfly. We did.
Good.
We got to the hydrangeas, the lawn lights. Taking notes as we go along.
Good.
Yep. So no, we did a lot.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Everything is just gorgeous.
Everybody here gardens, so everybody here is full of information for anybody that needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also, just outside of that, if you're not into it, we have a landscaping department that does everything from maintenance to installations. So we can have somebody draw you a full plan, or they can do a consultation and walk the garden and tell you what to do and what to move or what to add. We do just about any kind of landscaping that you'd like help on. Custom potting, if you have swimming pools that are, you've got 7 or 8 pots and you just can't get it all done, you just go out and do that. And Megan's one of them that does our custom potting. So they're a great asset too. We don't have anything to do with that end of it. That's a different division, but we do offer that.
Cool. Very nice.
So having fun?
Yeah, this has been a blast.
Good.
I've had a great time.
Well, sometimes, we've talked about this before. We would like to do a little.
We've been talking about this for a long time
I know.
to do something. We were going to go have a concert or do an art show out here. We just,
Yeah, I would like to do like a little art show with different areas set up for different artists.
yep.
As soon as maybe
As soon as we can.
Spring. But outside, as long as it's warm enough outside, it's a safe environment for people to come to.
Yep.
We're cleaning, we're wearing our masks, and we're doing everything to help, stop this craziness.
Well, I felt very safe here today in every way. This year we had we had a full calendar of events that we were doing this year, live events, and we we're going to have a big, huge fall festival, and that all went away. But it became Live from the View. So, there's silver in every lining.
I'm hopeful that we've all learned a lot from this on how to reach out to people without physically being near them now. So
Yeah.
That's one of the upsides from all of this, is
Yep.
learning how to do things in a different way.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yep.
I mean, I appreciate us having technology to be able to do this to help us stay connected, which is what Live from the View is about,
yeah.
is helping the community stay connected through all this. But I can't wait for us all to get back together and get these things off our faces.
It's the hugging part.
It's the hugging part. So
This elbow thing's not happening.
it just is not the same thing.
Doesn't work the same way.
I elbow, but that's a different thing.
Yeah.
So, well, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We had a blast being here. I appreciate you opening your place up for us to come out and do this. I know it was a very busy day and a very busy time for all of you, but thanks for taking the time out to do this. We certainly do appreciate it. And folks, that's it from More and More Nursery Garden Center. And come out, get your pansies before they're all gone. And they will go.
It's during the Christmas holiday too.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Maybe I'll talk Glenn into coming out.
We will do a Christmas show, a holiday show when it's all done. If you haven't been here for their holidays, nobody does it like these guys do. Nobody does it.
It's all
So, okay. Well, we're signing out from here. Thank you, everybody. Have a big wave.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.